tune into Witness Radio, go to Play Store on your phone, type Witness Radio. You will see the application, download it and start listening to Witness Radio. You can also visit our website on www.witnessradio.org. Click live on your PC's right hand, then click the button in the middle. Then listen to Witness Radio and learn all issues about land and environmental protection.
Witness Radio.
Witness Radio.
Witness Radio.
Witness Radio.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us as the sun rises. You're listening to The Dawn, right here on Witness Radio.
Good morning, our dear listeners, and thank you for joining us every weekday from 5 to 6 a.m. You're listening to The Dawn, where you get equipped with the latest news, updates, and developments on issues that shape our communities and livelihoods. Our WhatsApp number is open to chats and interaction, and it is +256 745 965 765. Or you can reach out to us on a direct call on +256 414 697 221. Join us live through our website, which is www.witnessradio.org, or by heading on to your Google Play Store and downloading the Witness Radio app. Additionally, follow us on our various social media platforms like X, formerly Twitter, at Witness Radio, on Instagram at Witness Radio, and Facebook at Witness Radio Uganda. Let us have Home to Africa by PJ Powers and Good Life. My name is Eunice. Good morning.
PJ Powers, radio and wisdom. Close all doors, love will open a window. PJ Powers, radio and wisdom. Close all doors, love will open a window. Ella, 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 la, 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 Ella, Ella, Ella. I'm going home to Africa to feel the love in Africa. I'm going home to Africa to feel the love in Africa. 5 o'clock and the city comes to life. We feel the sun wrap her arms round this great land. Sounds of children and laughter fill the air. In my heart I know there's nothing to compare. And I'm singing Ella, 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 Ella. I'm going home to Africa to feel the love in Africa. I'm going home to Africa to feel the love in Africa. This is the land where love was born from, Mama land. This is my home, this is where I come from, paradise. We love and play in Africa. There is love in Africa. No strangers in Africa. Welcome, welcome to Africa. I'm going home to Africa to feel the love in Africa. I'm going home to Africa to feel the love in Africa. We got love in Africa. I want to live and die in Africa. What are you waiting for? Come, let's go to Africa. One love we are preaching, we got no strangers in Africa. All of the pastures so green, all of the people so real. Want you to feel how I feel. Let's go to Africa. I'm going home
Witness Radio.
Witness Radio.
Witness Radio.
Witness Radio.
You're listening to The Dawn at Witness Radio.
I welcome you back from that short musical break. You are still listening to The Dawn only here at Witness Radio, connecting local and indigenous communities across the globe. Do not forget to download the Witness Radio app from the Google Play Store in order for you not to miss out on any updates in our program, or by visiting our website at www.witnessradio.org. In the East African community, agriculture remains the backbone of livelihoods, with up to 90% of citizens relying on farming. Yet, the region continues to grapple with persistent challenges including declining soil fertility, climate pressures, limited access to affordable inputs, and the growing influence of multinational seed companies. As debates around food sovereignty and sustainable production gain momentum, policymakers are increasingly turning their attention to agroecology as a viable and locally grounded alternative. It is against this backdrop that the East African Legislative Assembly is developing Regional Agroecology Bill. The proposed legislation aims to create a harmonized legal framework that supports small-scale farmers, promotes environmentally friendly farming methods, and strengthens the region's ability to produce safe, diverse, and affordable food. The bill also seeks to address concerns about dependency on external agricultural inputs, including genetically modified seeds, and to safeguard farmers' rights to local seed systems. One of the key voices championing this effort is Fatuma Ndangiza, a member of the East African Legislative Assembly, EALA, from Rwanda. Now, during a recent visit to a model agroecology farm in Uganda, she highlighted the transformative potential of ecological farming practices. From boosting soil fertility to diversifying crop production without reliance on synthetic fertilizers or pesticides, she says such approaches not only enhance sustainability, but also improve household incomes and resilience. Ndangiza notes that the bill is still in its early stages. Training for legislators has begun, and the next step involves consultations across all 8 partner states, engaging farmers, ministries, civil society, and the private sector. She emphasizes that while EALA is committed to fast-tracking the legislation, its success will depend on funding and the eventual assent of the heads of state. Now, before we hear her full remarks, this conversation sets stage for what agroecology for East Africa's future.
It's the second time that I'm coming here, but every time I'm come here, I'm amazed at how a local female farmer can transform an area that was not fertile into a productive farm, and we were informed that she's utilizing agroecology, which is about access, having safe food, resilient and equitable food systems, but also a way of farming that is friendly to environment. And I think this is critical to our farmers, because most of our farmers are small-scale farmers. Majority of our people in East African community, maybe you can say 80 to 90% are depending on farming. But the challenge has been, how do we ensure that our farming is productive, our farming can improve livelihoods, that our farming can also be eco-friendly, but also farmers are able to feed themselves, but also have surplus that they can take to the market. So, but then we also know that with this type of modern farming and the emergence of GMOs, there has been a threat not only to our safety, our health, but also lack of sovereignty, food sovereignty, where most of the seeds and even the food economy is managed by a few companies globally. So I think with agroecology and what we see here, where a farmer is able to grow many crops, to have diverse farming using, I would say, organic system, no pesticides, no fertilizer, using plants, using what is available, I think is the right way to go for our farmers, but also to be able to secure our food sovereignty, not only here in Kampala, but in East Africa and Africa. We should be able to feed our people, but we should also be able to ensure that farming can also improve the livelihoods, can contribute to economic growth of our partner states. And that's why, as EALA, we are coming up with a bill on agroecology. We thought we need to create a legal framework for our farmers. The way, for example, you see in Europe and other developed countries where farmers are subsidized, there are subsidies to ensure that the cost of inputs to farming are lowered. So in this agroecology, we have to put in place that legal framework, but we're also thinking of coming up with a policy at the regional level that will support the great efforts of our farmers.
So, if we can try to understand, how soon will this bill be?
Of course, it's a process, but we have started. It's our hope. It's our hope that as soon as we get, of course, the biggest challenge you normally have is funding. As long as we get funding for our bill, it shouldn't go beyond a year. So it's our wish that we have our mandate ends in 2027. It's our wish that by that time at least we have this bill in place.
What stage is it so far?
It is still at introductory phases, but the good thing is that with the support of organizations like Sefroid, we've been able to build capacity for members. So at least the members who are from the agricultural committee that is in charge of preparing this bill have been trained on the basics on agroecology, but we are happy that even other members of the assembly have been capacitated, are being capacitated, because we wanted to have that ownership at the level of the assembly. So we know at our level it is going to sail quickly, because now everyone has recognized the importance of agroecology. But the second step is go to our partner states, all the 8 partner states, in what we call public hearing, to engage various stakeholders, farmers, ministries in charge of agriculture, stakeholders like NGOs that are in agroecology, and other key stakeholders, so that we mobilize their support for the bill. And then after that, we go to the assembly, then we process the bill. But I'm not worried at the level of the assembly, because, as I said, we are committed. We know how important agroecology is to our people, so we shall fast track the bill. But the other hurdle that we need to address is now ensuring that our partner states, through the heads of state, can assent to the bill. The moment they assent to the bill, and that's where we want the role of civil society, especially in Uganda, in Rwanda, in every partner state, so that when the bill goes to the heads of state for assent, they can sign, they can assent to the bill, and then that's when it becomes an EAC Agroecology Act that can start to be implemented. And the advantage of this is that once you have an EAC bill or act now, the moment it is assented to, then it supersedes other related bills in partner states. So it is more superior than national laws. But it also helps countries that don't have agroecology legal frameworks. They can immediately utilize the EAC now agroecology bill. And then it also brings in the aspect of harmonization. So that's why for us we are keen to process this bill. And through your radio, we want to call all the actors, civil society, private sector, governments, but also farmers, to advocate that this bill is passed as soon as possible. We get the relevant support, but also our heads of state can assent to this bill.
I heard that the EALA has been moving to different farms like this one to have a kind of informed understanding of how the agroecology works, and of course also informing what will be your position in the drafting of the bill. How many farms or what areas have you gone to, and what are your discoveries? What are you discovering from there?
For me, it's the second time I come here, but members who are still in the agriculture committee have gone to other places, not only here in Uganda, but also in other partner states. So we tend to visit model farming to learn from the practice. And this has been one of our traditions, that wherever we go in a partner state, we go to learn. We have an outreach program where we can learn from the people how they are doing things, but also engage with stakeholders to understand their needs. Because when we legislate, we are not legislating for ourselves, it's the people of East Africa. If it is the agroecology, we need to know what the farmers say. What are their needs? What about the private sector? What about governments? And this is what we've been doing wherever we go to partner states. It's not only in agroecology, but even in other sectors, whether it's environment, whether it is gender, whether it is industrialization, all key sectors to the growth of our partner states, our economies. Wherever we go, we engage, we visit, we try also to benchmark, learn from the best practices, and that helps us in legislation.
Allow me get into a short commercial break, and we'll be back shortly with a lot more. Thank you for staying tuned to Witness Radio. Good morning.
Wake up to the stories that matter most. Land, people, and the environment. Tune in to The Dawn at Witness Radio, your morning companion, bringing you fresh, reliable news and insights on land rights and environmental issues from across Africa. From the struggles of farming communities to the victories of climate justice defenders, to the hidden stories of land grabbing, you'll hear it all first thing in the morning. Join us every morning starting at 5 to 6 a.m. East African Standard Time on Witness Radio for The Dawn. Stay informed, stay inspired, and rise with the truth. The Dawn at Witness Radio, shining a light on land and environment in Africa.
Do you have any information in regards to land grabbing, or you're aware of any person who has been evicted and their property destroyed because of land disputes? Report to Witness Radio through our numbers 0414 697 221 or WhatsApp 0745 965 765, or you can report directly to our website on www.witnessradio.org. Just click on the map, follow the direction, click on the map indicating the individuals and the land being grabbed. Click on that word, report evictions. Then report any victim of land evictions. Thereafter, search for your area of residence on that map. Click your area of residence, then a red dot will indicate. Click the red dot and fill in the form, then save your input. Don't forget to attach the picture of the grabbed land in question, then upload to send.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us as the sun rises. You're listening to The Dawn, right here on Witness Radio.
Thank you so much for staying tuned to The Dawn, only here at Witness Radio, connecting local and indigenous communities across the globe. Please listen to us through our website, which is www.witnessradio.org, or by simply heading on to your Google Play Store and downloading the Witness Radio app. Now, as we return from the break, the conversation around agroecology becomes even more grounded in the lived experiences and observations from the field. Beyond policy debates and legislative processes, the realities on small farms across East Africa continue to reveal the depth of innovation taking place at the grassroots, often without formal recognition. Million Bile Ali, who is the General Coordinator for the Alliance for Food Sovereignty in Africa, AFSA, says that many farmers are doing the kind of experimentation and problem solving that in other settings would earn scientific titles. Yet the work remains largely unacknowledged, even as it transforms degraded soils into productive land. This perspective underscores a central theme in the agroecology discussion, soil health. Mr. Belly draws a striking analogy, reminding us that soil must be treated with the same care given to a pregnant mother. If the soil is nourished, it sustains life. If it is neglected, productivity collapses. He acknowledges the technology he observed at the model farm, which he says challenges common assumptions about infertile land, proving that with time, patience, and ecological methods, even depleted soils can be restored. But this story of innovation also comes with a threat. He expresses concern about emerging seed regulations in the region, particularly proposals that could criminalize the practices of smallholder farmers who save and exchange seeds. He urges that such laws risk sidelining the very people who have bred and conserved seeds for thousands of years long before formal agricultural research existed. So instead, he calls for participatory breeding approaches that combine farmers' knowledge with scientific research to produce seeds that meet diverse needs, from taste and nutrition to resilience and cultural significance. He points to Kenya's recent court ruling against restrictive seed laws as an important victory for farmers' rights and for organizations advocating for seed sovereignty.
You know, I usually go to farms of hard-working innovators. Like here, I'm always amazed. Okay. You know, people don't give you a scientific degree or diploma unless you go to a university or something. But for me, what she is experimenting on, what she is innovating. Yes. And some people, innovation is technology or whatever. But from experience, she's quite of learning and innovating and communicating very well. I'm actually taken off my feet. You know. Okay. It's a very, very humbling experience. You know. What she's teaching us now is if you treat your soil like you treat a pregnant mother. You know, if a pregnant mother is pregnant, what do you feed? You feed the mother to feed the child, or you feed the child and you forget the mother? You treat the mother. You treat the mother. The mother is the soil. So when you treat the soil, it gives you food. You know, the soil is degraded, it's sloppy, but through patience and years of working, she's converting into a fertile area. It's possible. There's no way that you cannot grow food, you know. It's very unfortunate, you know. Why do you criminalize? The basis of it in their mind is that if you legislate seeds, if you give you more power and more respect to conventional breeders, they will produce seeds that can give you more productivity, healthy seeds, you know, whatever. But I've had an interview with a number of high-level scientists on this subject. And I remember the board member of my organization in Ethiopia was also a genetist, you know, who has studied seeds.
Okay.
So his verdict is that, one, farmers are innovators, you know. All the seeds that you have now have come from thousands of years of scientific work by farmers. So they are scientists, you know, one thing. But that does not mean that you forget conventional researchers. You know. So in participatory breeding, you can bring farmers' knowledge and you can bring the knowledge of conventional people. And they can talk and they will discuss what criteria they want from their seeds. It's not only productivity. Taste can be one of them. Disease resistance can be one of them. You know, some of the seeds are preferred when woman is pregnant or somebody broke his bone. So many things. So with farmers, they can list a number of things and they can have that seed. It is possible. But just bending down to corporations in the West or their methodology of growing food and whatever,
and the commercializing of the seeds
is self-colonization. It's actually self-colonization. They're colonizing their mind in themselves, and they're leading the country, the continent into a corner where it will be difficult to come out once we are there. That's what is happening. The statistics, there can be some figures up and down. The 70% of the food is produced by farmers. It doesn't mean that there shouldn't be improvement. There is always a door for improvement.
Yes.
But agroecology is bringing that. Agroecology is a science, as you know. As a science, it studies soil, it comes up with a lot of ideas how to improve soil, how to mix plants. You know, every person that you see here has some knowledge. So if we give attention and funding to this kind of thinking, then the farmers who are giving us now food now can give us more food.
Yeah.
You see?
There should be
more healthy food. If you focus and work with them, they can increase their productivity. It's a yield gap that everybody, you know, if there is a battlefront, the battlefront mostly is on yield gap. You know. If you apply artificial fertilizer, instead of getting 3 quintals? Do you think like that? We think like that in Ethiopia. A quintal is 1,000 kilogram.
Okay.
If it gives you 3 times 10, 3,000 kilogram, when you apply fertilizer, it can give you 6,000. But can you get the same kind of productivity from agroecology? It's always, the war is around the yield gap, you know?
Yeah.
The answer is yes, and then people like this shows you. But there are other factors. Health, keeping your seeds, the health of the soil, the other plants around you, the diversity, resilience. You know, depending on 1 or 2 crops, is descendants for yourself, you know. If something happens to that crop, what's going to happen to you? You see?
Less
Yes, definitely. I was elated, to say the least, when I heard that. And I was actually thinking about that this morning. What has brought that? What has brought that? I mean, the same kind of movement in other countries will be quashed away. But I have to admire Kenya as a country also, because they are giving power to the legislation. They can actually legislate.
Yes.
And if you go to the court, they say the court can decide on behalf of people. But you don't get that in so many countries.
Yeah.
So one thing that I was thinking about is that the second thing is the value of working together. There are a number of organizations who have worked together to defeat this draconian law. If you can see the logos of so many of the organizations, they've worked together. The third and equally important thing is you have to demonstrate that it works. Farmers seed work. And for that, the number of agroecological lands like this are very important.
Breaking the silence and elevating community voices. Witness Radio, your number one choice.
I'm Nakato Priscilla from Mukono district and representing the affected communities in Mukono district. I just want to appreciate what Witness Radio has done for our people who are affected, whose land has been taken. They've suffered from evictions massively, but even as individuals.
This is Witness Radio, connecting indigenous and local community voices.
I'm sure you've heard the news, but have you heard the voices behind the headlines? It's time to meet the people shaping our world. Every weekday morning, from Uganda and beyond, we bring you news that matters, insights you won't find anywhere else, and inspiring stories of everyday heroes driving sustainable change. Whether it's communities fighting for justice, innovators building a brighter future, or unsung champions making a real difference, The Dawn at Witness Radio is your daily destination for hope, action, and truth. Tune in Monday to Friday from 5 to 6 a.m. East African Time and get ready to own the day with your daily dose of community spotlights and analysis that goes deeper. Don't just listen to the news, be part of it. Tune in now and join a movement for positive change. The Dawn at Witness Radio, your morning just got a whole lot brighter.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us as the sun rises. You're listening to The Dawn, right here on Witness Radio.
With that, allow me to end here for today. We meet tomorrow, same time, 5 to 6 a.m. East African time. You have done well to follow us from where we have started to now that we are concluding our program. The Dawn, only here at Witness Radio, connecting local and indigenous communities across the globe. Catch us every Monday to Friday via our website, which is www.witnessradio.org, or by visiting the Google Play Store and downloading the Witness Radio app. In case of any comments or interactions, do not hesitate to reach out to us on our WhatsApp, which is +256 745 965 765, or by reaching out to us directly on a call on +256 414 697 221. My name is Eunice. Good morning.
Thank you for listening to The Dawn at Witness Radio. Catch us live every Monday to Friday, 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. Don't miss. See you next time.